Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you guys doing? All right, let me. Okay, there we go. All right, good evening, everyone. I am going to assist one of my Academy members and help her with setting this file up to make it ideal for print and cut, whether it is on printable transfer, easy subli, and things like that. So I'm going to set this file up. I've gotten permission from her because she is an authorized reseller for authorized vendor for this particular sorority. So I did get permission first before I went live. And this is just for educational purposes only. I'm going to show you guys how to set the file up. I mean, she's already done everything, but I'm just going to make it where it's ideal for print and cut. Right now, it really is ideal for like just sublimation. And I'm going to make it where it's ideal for print and cut. Want to make sure that you guys can hear me A-okay. Okay, perfect. You guys can hear me. So I don't want to like start and then it's like you guys couldn't hear me. Okay, so I am Shakia, the professor of Silaholics Anonymous and the product line Honestly Speaking. I do live teachings like this. Well, I just do teachings in general on Silhouette Studio and graphic designing and sublimation and party favors and so much more. If you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, click the link in the description if you're watching over on Facebook and make sure that you do subscribe to my Silaholics Anonymous channel where it's all about learning how to utilize Silhouette Studio. We also have an academy that goes in depth on teaching you Silhouette Studio also and techniques like this. So be sure to subscribe over there. And if I could ask one favor of you guys, if you guys could go ahead and share this video out. So give this video a thumbs up and also share the video out. Even if you're watching from YouTube, you definitely can share it out. All right, let's see. I'm going to, I need to share this out also. So let's see. Let's go to the YouTube video and I'm going to share also. So while I share, you guys can share as well. So let's go ahead and share it to my Facebook groups. And all right, join me live. All right, I just made my caption. Let me go ahead and copy that and post. And let's go here and paste and post. Okay, so all shared out. Hopefully you guys have shared out also. So let me break down this file and how it's set up and why right now it's not quite ideal just yet, okay? I'm going to make a duplicate so that I can break this down. All right, we're going to pull this up. Okay. So the client has, well, my student has let me know that this will go on to some pink shirts or well, I'm going to say garments because it might go on different things. So pink, it might go on blue, it may go on white also. So if we were to make this like the blue, I'm going to send this to the back. There would be this white outline, and we want that to be the blue. There would be this white outline here. Of course, we want that to just be all blue. So we're going to set, change that up some. If this was going on white, you probably, here's the thing when you're looking at a file, right? So this is white, but the way that it will be set to cut, it's going to cut the edge where it's white. It would be white, easy subli or white printable transfer. You would not see the shirt through those areas. And if you want to see it, you have to take it away. Now you have to be mindful of that because let's say I'm going to ungroup this, ungroup this, ungroup this, and then this one here. If this was, I'm going to actually make it a little bit lighter than the colors that are on here. So let's say that the background was, oh, I don't want to do that pink. Let's just go here. Well, it's probably going to be a much lighter pink shirt. Let's see. Yeah, no, that's definitely not pink. Okay, so let's say it's a pink like that. That's what it will look like. So you have to be mindful of that too, with what color shirt you're going to put it on, because how I'm going to set this up, that part will be the color of the shirt. So if it kind of messes with your design a little bit, you may want to let that cut from the Easy Subli and it be white. And if it stands out too much, you may want to put a white outline around everything so that it does not stand out that much. There are so many different ways that you have to just really consider how it's going to be presented. And then that will let you know what's the next step or how you should set it up. So I'm going to give her all the options in the world for this, and I'm going to set this up a couple different ways and be able to send this file back to her where she can choose how she wants to set it up. Okay. All right. So first thing, and when she originally contacted me as far as getting help for this, it was mainly for, she wanted to make sure that it was set up. I'm like, okay, hold on. Well, first let's go over here. She wanted to make sure that it was set up for, printing with Easy Subli. So I said, as long as you can go cut edge axes, she set up in Silhouette Studio herself, or was it just like a JPEG or PNG file? She set everything up herself. She did an amazing job. She got all this stuff done. So if we go to send, she had it all set up as far as cut edge, and this is how it would cut. It's right to the edge of the letters. So this was ready to go. So she traced out the shield properly with all of the offsets, everything done up beautifully. One of the main issues is like these little pieces in here. They are so small, but when you just do an offset, you may end up getting some of those little small areas. They are not ideal. So that was one of the only major things with this, is setting that up to where we eliminate the parts in here. Okay. So I'm going to go back to design. First things first, we're going to ungroup. So everything was kind of grouped together in sections. So we would ungroup. I'm just going to go ahead and hit ungroup again. And that's going the year, the shield, the hand gestures, and then the word gamma phi delta here. And then, so now everything is broken up with like its in its section. So everything is its own individual element. So here, this is now separated from here. So all I had to do, based off of how she had it set up, was to do 2 ungroups. And every file is going to be different. So since we don't want these, this blue part here is what we're going to select. And we're going to right click and release compound path. That is going to release everything. So anywhere there's color is going to be filled in. From here, all she would have to do, or if you have a file that's similar, is hit weld. And then this icon right here is group. So since you're up here at weld, just go ahead and group. That's all grouped together. Now, if we go to send, you won't see any of those really small areas. You don't want those to cut. One, they're so small and minute. The time that it would take to cut those and the time that it would take to weed those is just not worth it. So it's best to just go ahead and eliminate them. So that is how I eliminate it. Once I ungrouped it down to just that layer, I'm able to click on it, release compound path, weld it together, all in sequential clicks. Don't click off or anything like that. Click on it, release compound path, go to the weld icon, go to the group icon. That is now set up. Okay. Then the word, the word sorority ink. That is really, really thin. The way that it's set up now is really thin for something like easy Subli, printable transfers, anything like that. It's really, really thin. There is an outline around it, but if we were to take that outline and fill it in with color, oops, wait a minute. Let's grab that and fill it in with this color. It will be very thick. That is too thick. So we don't want it to be like that. So I'm going to put a small offset on the word sorority. Let me zoom out. I'm going to go here to my offset. And I'm going to take that down to 0.01. And then, oops, let's see, why didn't it go? 0.01. Enter. Okay, that's still way too big. So I'm going to go 0.0075. That's not too bad. I'm going to probably try and go, so if I can go down 0.005. I mean, I wanted to just increase it just a little bit. Enter. And that might work. There's just like some small areas in there. I think I'm just going to go up and kind of split the difference and go 6.006. And again, that is just for this particular design. If you were designing something else, however your file is, the numbers may vary. You would have to play around with those numbers the same way that I just played around with the numbers to try and get it to an ideal size. So I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to come up here to this icon. This is why I could try and right click to group it. I might click off of it. When you use offset, keyboard shortcuts don't work. This is why you need to know where all options are. So I'm going to come up here and group and then fill that in with the blue and turn my line color off. Okay, so I made that just a little bit thicker. I'm going to show you the original versus, so this is the original. This is the one that has the offset. So it's a little bit thicker and may make it more ideal for cutting. I probably could have gone a little bit bigger on that. So I'm going to just go offset again. And I probably was okay at that point, 0.0075, which really turned into 0.008. So I might as well just go 0.008. Apply, group, blue, no line color. That one wasn't that bad. So I may end up going with that one. All right, so I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way and then take this one. And there is a layer there that I'm not going to get rid of, and there's a reason why. So I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to come up to this icon right here and center them. All right. I'm going to put a red line around this temporarily because I'm going to show you there's something I want to do with that. All right. The next part is going to be up here and how this is set up. I did all that. I guess I didn't really need this duplicate. That's my original. I'm going to make another duplicate. So now here, she already has the offset there. So all I would have to do is copy that. Hold down Shift. Click on the pink layer. Go over to Modify and subtract. Oh, wait a minute. I guess I was on the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, that's why. This did not ungroup. So I'm going to right click and ungroup again. So now I can grab just this layer. So I'm going to click on that layer and I'm going to copy it. Hold down Shift. Click on the pink layer and go, actually, I want to go subtract all because I need that. Well, I really didn't have to copy it now that I think about it. I'm going to go subtract all. It's going to look like nothing has changed. But if I were to move this, let's undo. This was still grouped together also. So let's undo, 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 undo. Okay, there we go. You see now this is back whole. I'm going to undo. I didn't realize, I thought when everything else ungrouped that this ungrouped as well, but it didn't. So I'm going to ungroup so that I have my pink layer and I have my blue layer. So now I'm going to click on that white layer. I'm going to undo it. So it's back in the spot. Hold down Shift, click on the pink layer and subtract all. It's going to look like nothing changed, but it cut it out. Then I'm going to click on that white layer again, hold down Shift, click on the blue layer. And this time, I'm going to move this up so you can see the change. This time I am going to hit subtract because I don't need the white layer anymore. Okay. The reason why I did not do them both together is when it was together like that, it was kind of the same result. But what also happens is if I were to just subtract all from here, I create a cutout in the blue layer. And when I go to cut edge, it is still going to want to cut in between that. So when you're doing cut edge, it is best that the entire outline is solid. You don't want cutouts like this. So I'm going to undo. So right now, see, it's solid. That's how I want it. All right. For the most part, this is set up. I'm a type of person. I don't like to go back to certain places. So I like to make a bunch of duplicates. All right. So our next thing with this is when you're doing a print and cut, it's not always accurate. It can shift right, left, up, down to where if it's set right to it and you're not quite, if certain things you have to do your print and cut to try and get it as accurate as possible. Sometimes it's still a little bit off. If you want to make sure that there is no white, you have to put what's called a bleed on it. Now, you definitely can do that in your prints. Like you can do that from Silhouette Studio and have it automatically put a bleed. So I'm going to show you what that bleed would look like if you did it straight from Silhouette Studio. So we're going to pull this down. I would have to make sure that. Okay, so this little white part here, or right now it's actually silver. I'm going to take that and I'm going to delete it real quick. All right, I'm going to go over here to my, what's this thing called? My page setup, and I'm going to go print bleed. Within Silhouette Studio, you won't see anything. You will not see a bleed on it. It's just going to appear once you go to print. But if you want to see what that bleed looks like, you're going to go File, Print. And it doesn't matter which printer you choose because you're not going to really send it to print. So I'm just going to go to this one and choose like this printer and just go Preferences. And I'm going to go to, oh, this was, let's cancel. Cancel. This is 12 by 12. Okay, I can do 13 inches. All right, so File, Print, Preferences. I'm going to go to my, oh, I don't have a 13 on here. So let's cancel that again. Let's go over here to my 7720. I don't have a preset set for 13. So Preferences, let's go to my preset for 13 by 19. I'm going to go right here where it says Print Preview. And I'm also just going to turn my mirror off just for this demo. And then I'm going to hit OK and then print. It is not going to send it to my printer. It is going to spool as if it's going to send it, but it will open up a true print preview. If you have version 4.4, there is a print preview like within Silhouette Studio, like kind of in there. That will also show you the bleed. And that's kind of a good way to kind of, you know, even if your print is kind of cut off, it will show you the bleed if you're using 4.4. I don't use version 4.4. But it's not your true, like your final print preview, because you still have to go to your print settings to set all of those up. Preview, it confuses a lot of people because they think like, oh, if I hit print, it's going to print wrong. Things are cut off. It's not the right way. Disregard anything that you see in the print preview from Silhouette Studio. Hit that blue print button. It's not going to send it to your printer. It is going to open up that same preference panel that you saw me go to. So don't be alarmed when, you know, if you have version 4.4, you hit print and it looks kind of cuckoo crazy. It looks kind of wacky. Don't worry about that. Okay. So this is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would take. If there are any questions for me, I'll answer them while this is spooling, because this is taking a little bit longer than I thought that it would. If you guys have not done so already, please give this video a thumbs up or like it if you're watching over on Facebook, or give it hearts. Be sure to also share it out and subscribe over on YouTube. And make sure that you are following and you have liked the Silaholics Anonymous page. Also, join our Facebook groups, Silaholics Anonymous, Silhouette Help, as well as Honestly Speaking 365 Sublimation. And since this is still spooling, I might as well go ahead and continue with the shameless plugs. If you don't know, we are the home of the Change the Game sublimation paper that allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees or as fast as 30 seconds with most heat presses. And you can find that on our website, shop.silaholics.com. All right, so here we go, right? I'm going to zoom in. So this is one of the things that I don't really care for when it comes to like the print, doing a print bleed, right? This is one of the things I just do not like, is, in which I can't even get in any closer. It's not like it really takes the image and gives you like a smooth one of it. So if it's off, it's going to look a little funny whenever it's an actual picture. Things that are filled with solid color, it's just going to add more solid color around it. But when it's an image, I'm not sure if you guys can kind of see. I know I hate the fact that it won't kind of pick up any more than that. All All right, so let's go new. And I'm going to just take a snippet here. And I'm going to put this over here and paste so that I can blow it up and zoom in some more. So you see, like right here, it's like it's tiered off. If that were to cut and be off, guess what? It's still going to be off. That's why the ideal situation for print bleed is a vector file that you are filling the colors in yourself. So that it just pushes out that color. From here, it's not going to be the greatest, okay? You can go in and kind of recreate those areas yourself and color them in yourself if you wanted to do it that way. Or put like a small offset around it where the shield would end up having just a small offset of white or black or pink or blue and things like that, okay? All right. So that print one, I don't need. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that. All right. So like I said, I'm not one where I really trust the print bleed. So I like to kind of do my own print bleed. We're going to click on all the outside parts. So hold down shift, click here, click here, click here. And oops, wait, hold on. Well, yeah, first I need to group those together. So I'm going to group together all of the blue parts of the number. Then I'm going to come back in, and this one was already grouped. So we're going to put a very small offset on this. So we're going to go offset, and I'm going to make that 0.02. Let's go 0.025. Apply. I'm going to fill that in with the same pink color and right. Oops, see, that's what happens. You don't want to, I made a mistake and selected the wrong thing. This is why it's important to know your icons. I'm going to go group up here and I'm going to send that to the back. So you'll see there's like a little extra peekaboo right here of that color. Then on the blue one, so I'm going to click on the blue layer. We're going to offset that one, 0.025. And apply. And I'm going to fill that with the blue, group it together, and send that to the back. I'm going to hold down Shift, click on my offset of pink. So I should have both of those. I'm going to hit undo. And I'm going to group those two together. I'm going to go over to send and make that no cut. All right. I'm going to do the same thing for the outside of here. So I'm going to hold down Shift, click. Well, I'm going to click here, hold down Shift, click on this one, and put a small offset, 0.025. Apply. It's going to be that pink color. I'm going to go ahead and group those together. And then I'm going to click on the blue. I could have actually done all of these together. I don't know why I didn't. 0.025. Apply. Fill that in with the blue. Group that together. And then this one that had the white on it, I'm just going to make that blue. Oops, come on. All right, why are you not filling in? There we go. So I'm just going to make that blue. Now, let me pull all these down so you can see what's happening. I'm going to pull these over here. So I want you to see what's going to happen with this. If I go to send, We're going to zoom in down here. Now this one I already did. All right. If you notice, there is blue up here, but my cut line is inside of that. I created my own bleed for this. I also have a little bit of pink right here, but it's not going to cut that. I created my own bleed. So I'm not worried about those. Okay. I created my own bleed and I set the bleed to no cut. So right now, this is to the outside because when I selected the whole, like when she had to select the first time, everything was set to cut edge. So once you do any type of offsetting or anything like that, anything you add to it is going to go to the edge. So I'm going to click on the offset that I created for the hands, hold down Shift, click on the offset that I created for the sorority name, and I'm going to go no cut. Watch how that one disappears and the cut line jumps down. See? Now that is there, and that is a true bleed. And I'm going to go ahead and just group those together. And I may have to send them to the back, which I am. So we're going to go back to design and let's send that to the back. And then also, I should have grouped it with this one too. I forgot about sorority incorporated. All right, so we're going to go here. Watch this again. All right, I'm going to click on the outside. I'm going to go no cut. And the cut line is going to jump to the inside. See? So now we're going to hold down Shift, click on the word. Well, I'm going to go back to design because I'm going to click on that and then also my bleed line for this. And we're just going to group them all together and send them, undo. And send them to the back. So now all of my bleeds are grouped together. So we're going to undo that. Oh, wait, I'm missing one, I think. What happened to my pink bleed? I don't know what happened to my pink bleed. I think I grabbed the wrong one. I think this is send to the back. Yes, that was my actual bleed. Yep. Okay, so undo. This right here is that one. This is now grouped, so I have to ungroup this. Make sure I grab my bleed, which I did. That is the bleed. I can always check it by filling it in with color and then undoing. And I'm going to hold down Shift, click on the very outside here and the very outside here. I always check. I'm going to change the color. Nope. See, this is why you do things like this. You have to check what you have selected. So when I went to go check the color by changing it, my inside sorority changed. That's not what I want. So I'm going to undo, hold down Shift, click on that again to deselect it. I probably have to zoom in really tight and click on it. Now I know I want to actually have selected. I'm going to go undo. And now I can safely confidently group all of these together. All right. And that is my, oops, come on. I hate this. Like version 4 really bites. I'm like nowhere near the middle part and it keeps selecting it. Like I have to be zoomed in to select the outside part. So now all of that is grouped together, and that's all of my bleed area. That it's going to print, but it's not going to cut. So once it cuts, I should not have any white around any of this. Now this part, you may end up having where it's a little bit off. It's just really hard to get this one to not have it, like I said, unless you intentionally put a white border around it or a pink border or a black border. And then you'll end up cutting that. But you may end up with a little bit of white, but it shouldn't be too much. You can always use an X-Acto knife to cut it away if you don't have like a bunch of them to do. But that's like the first way that this can be set up. So right now, this is set up to where no matter what color, no matter what color garment is on, no matter what color cup it's on, you're going to see that background in between here. White can be deceiving, especially like how it was set up before. So when you want to see how something truly is going to look, I recommend that you always change that background color so that you can see how it's actually going to look once it is placed onto something. Okay, I'm just going to select everything here and turn off my line color. That's how it would look on black. All right, so that's way number one, and that is technically completed. Now from here, I can do the second way also, but I end up eliminating my white border here. But let's see how it kind of comes out. Well, for the most part, I actually already have an outline, but I want to get rid of that one. I don't want that. Let me see. So we have this one. We're going to pull this over here and group. This one is done. Then here we're going to, this is our bleed. We don't want that. I'm going to select everything that is here. And I'm going to put a small offset. So let's go with 0.075. 0.1 just might work. Like 7.5. So let's go 0.1. Oh, come on. Okay. Then we're going to go apply. Fill that in with white. Remove the line color. So this would end up looking like this on anything that you put it on. So we go and we change the color of this to a blue. We change this to any color. It's going to have a white outline around it. Put it on a gray hoodie. It's going to have a white outline, and it's not going to cut right on them. That's also an option. I'm going to group this. Okay, so this is option 2. The next one would be like if you were to leave this and then, I mean, it's pretty much the same way like the other one where everything will have a white. So I don't even have to really do that one over because everything will end up with a white background, a white outline anyway. So that's an option. And what was the other one I was going to do? I forgot what I was going to do for the other one. I was going to do something else, and now I forget what I was going to do. Now I don't remember. Okay, So since I don't remember, it's okay. I'm going to take this one. We're going to copy. I'm going to now set this up as if I'm doing this for Easy Subli. Easy Subli comes in 8.5 by like 10 sheets or 8 by 10 sheets. I don't believe it comes 11 by 17. If you want 11 like inches, you end up having to buy the roll, which I believe is 17 inches wide. And then you can get like a yard, 2 yards, whatever. So it's 17 inches wide. Downside of that is, of course, you can't put that in a silhouette machine, and you're going to end up having to cut it down. So you'll have like 12 by 17, basically, like a sheet that's 12 by 17. I personally do not cut to, I do not print, should I say, directly on Easy Subli. I do a cut of Easy Subli and I print it to sublimation paper. So I'm going to come here and we're going to go none. And we're going to set this up 13 by 19. All right. You don't have to do a print and cut on this. Again, I said it yesterday. Well, day before yesterday, I think. Designs by Shani D has a video where she uses a light pad under hers, and she's able to line that up exactly without having to cut anything down. So you or she would be able to make duplicates of this. So on a 13 by 19, we can probably, if I do this correctly and space them, yep, I can fit 3 on here. So for a 13 by 19 sheet, she will be able to fit 3 of these transfers that are basically 12, a little under, well, they're 11 inches wide. So 3 of them will fit on here. Let's see. I don't think I can get 4 at all. Move those to the side and group those. I don't know. I think, yeah, with this size paper, but you know, you can always get, honestly speaking, sublimation paper rolls, and you can print out a whole bunch of them. That should be in stock by the end of November. All right, so yeah, we're not going to be able to fit 4 because it's just not long enough. All right, so we can just go ahead and delete that. This is our print. I don't know why I deleted that because I needed another one. Well, no, I could just paste. I already saved it. So this is our print one. The exact same one that we printed from is going to be the one that we also cut from. That's the key with Easy Subli and sublimation to glitter vinyl. Oh, that would probably be pretty Ayana, like sublimating to glitter vinyl. It's gonna be pretty much the same type of, like, glitter might be a little bit heavier. So she says I have 11 by 17 sheets. Oh, so it does come 11 by 17 sheets. All right. So if it comes in 11 by 17 sheets, that's the next part of this. So the first part is cutting it. Now with 11 by 17 sheets, your design, you have it set as of right now to 11.387. Here's the thing, when you do it on 11 by 17, you're going to be limited to pretty much one, like maybe might be able to fit 2 on here. Let's see. So we're going to go like that. And let's see. Yeah, the downside of this is with 11 by 17 sheets, you're still only going to be able to fit 1 of these at this size on here. It's not going to fit any other way. Well, let's see. Maybe planted. You don't know. Let's see if we can kind of finesse this in here. Okay, well, let's see. Let's move this up. Maybe, oh, well, you know what? Let's tilt them both. Haha. There we go. So now it can be cut 2. Like you can get 2 of these on one 11 by 17 sheet. You just have to rotate it. Bam. Okay, so you would cut this right side up. You do not mirror this when you're cutting it on Easy Subli. We're going to go ahead and turn our machine back on. We have our cutting mat set. Although you can technically cut Easy Subli without a cutting mat, but you won't be able to take advantage of the full space because you have to leave 1 inch. So instead of having 11 by 17 to cut from, you only have 11 by 16 if you don't use a mat. So if you don't have a 12 by 24 inch mat, you need a 12 by 24 inch mat. So now with this, you're going to cut this on your Easy Subli just like this. It is the exact same file as the print file, so it should line up. So you would go ahead and cut these as many as you would need for this. The mask, like you can try and use the masking. I did a video yesterday where I did the heat tape from our site. It's a little aggressive, the heat tape with the Easy Subli, and it kind of pulled it a little bit. So it wasn't quite like right on there. If you can get the masking to work, that would be ideal. It's always hit or miss with the Easy Subli masking and picking it up. So it's a little bit hit or miss when it comes to that. But yeah, here is how you would just cut that. Like this is all you have to do it to glitter vinyl or to Easy Subli. If you're going to do this from glitter HTV, you just have to flip it horizontally and you can cut that from glitter HTV, put that down, and then put your sub print on top and press it. So your cut your HTV or your Easy Subli. HTV is on its backing already. Put it down, tack it for 2 seconds, put your sublimation print on top. You can use the light board or you can cut yourself some like registration areas. I have videos on that. And then be able to put that down on that piece of vinyl, press it, you're good to go. Same exact thing with the Easy Subli. Only difference is you don't mirror the cut. It goes and we're going to go like this, print it back, flip it back. You cut it as is. All right. So this one is technically set up. Now, if you want to resize them, Ayana, select everything and resize them together. If you also want to make sure that like, okay, I don't want to be confused by which one is which. If you take your ones that's for the cut and you just make them all like, let's just say like gray. And we're going to weld everything together. And then let's group one by one. So we're going to take this one. Okay, that's everything for that one. And group. And then this one. Group. So that way, you know, this is your cut file. This is your print file. If you have to resize them, make sure that you select everything and resize it. Don't try to just go off the numbers and say, okay, I move this down to 6 inches. I'm going to move this down to 6 inches. No, select them all and resize them. Okay. Will that be one piece once cut? No. So the way that this is set up now, this would end up being several pieces. Excuse me. So this would be 1 piece, 2 piece, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That'll be 14 different pieces on this. Okay. So this, right, the way this is set up, it will not be one piece. But if we go back to this one and the one that we put the outline around, this would technically be 2 pieces because the 1943 is not quite touching the hands. So this would, the top part would be 1 piece and then this would be 1 piece. There is a way for you to make it just one, but you would have to like move this over some and then down, probably would have to, let me see, if we go like that, it's like barely touching, like it'll have to be closer. And then I can take my white sections. Let's make sure I have that. And then weld them together. So now this would cut as one piece and you would not need the masking. So with this like this, it would cut as one piece and you would not need the masking. You would just lift it all up, put it down on the shirt, tack it down, put your Easy Subli on top. Put your Sublimation print on top, press it, you're good to go. Or you can make an Easy Subli patch where you would take the Easy Subli off of its cutting carrier, put it on top of parchment paper, not butcher paper. It must be parchment paper because parchment is non-stick. Then put your Sublimation print on top, press that for 365 degrees, 30 seconds with, honestly speaking, Sublimation paper. And then let that cool. Once it cools, that adhesive on the back will harden back up. Then you can take that off of the parchment paper, put it on your garment, and then press it. So if you wanted to make basically like, that would be like creating transfers, ready to print, ready to press transfers. So if you did those first, you can have all those transfers ready to go, and then just put them on top of the shirt and just press it, boom, press it, boom, press it. And you'll be able to press it at a lower temperature and press it a lot faster. So it just depends on how it's set up. This is multiple pieces. This is one piece. But that's how you would set your bleed. That is how, when I was telling you to ungroup it, release compound path, and weld, I showed that in the beginning. So that's how you eliminate those little small parts. And yeah, so those are, I cannot think. There's something else I was going to do to this, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember the other way that I was going to set this up. I can't remember. What brand of parchment paper did you use? Now, if it's Dollar Tree one, that one kind of sucks. Reynolds, Great Value, the ones from Sam's Club, like actual parchment paper. So not wax paper, not freezer paper, not butcher paper. Parchment paper, it definitely should not stick. Parchment paper is non-stick. What is the temp and time that is needed? So if you are pressing it, like, our regular settings of 365 for 30 seconds will definitely make it to where, if you're doing glitter, 365, 30 seconds. If you're using, honestly speaking, Sublimation paper, I cannot speak for other papers. The Easy Subli actually takes that ink a little bit faster, although I still just do 365 for 30 seconds. But it will take that sub ink a little bit faster than the 30 seconds. And at a little, because like the temp for it is like 315, I think, or something like that. But on the safe side, because you are using Sublimation paper, 365, 30 seconds, press that. And you should be good to go, whether you put it directly to the garment or you create a transfer. Situations when you would create a transfer, if you are going to put this on something that has polyester in it, even if it's 3%, if it is a pink shirt, blue, well, your color pinks and blues may not be like, it's not going to really bleed through. But if you put it on a black shirt, you put it on a darker pink shirt, like for anyone else, like not including, like not going off of this design. If you're going to make some sort of like, if you want to put Sublimation to glitter HTV or Easy Subli, they do not have what is called dye migration block, meaning polyester garments are dyed that color. Once they are heated, that ink or that dye will release. And because Glitter HTV and Easy Subli and Jet Pro 3G and other printable transfers, they don't have a migration block, that dye is going to go through it. And especially anywhere where there is white, it's going to take on the color of that garment. So think of it like this. If it was on a red shirt that was 97% cotton and 3% polyester, that dye and that 3% polyester would bleed through, and anywhere there is white, it would look pink. Your colors on your design will look slightly different because now it has red or pretty much really pink mixed in. So a lot of the times I make the decision to make I call it a patch or a transfer, where I press it to the parchment paper. I put it on the parchment paper and then press it. I do it that way. Whenever I'm going to put it on something that I know has polyester, because if you just put the vinyl down and you tack it and then you sublimate it at that 365 for 30 seconds, that dye is going to bleed through. But if you're putting it on something that's all cotton, you don't have to worry about it. Put your glitter heat transfer vinyl or your easy subli right on that cotton garment. Tack it down for like 2 or 3 seconds. Take off the carrier sheet. Then put your sublimation print on top. Go ahead and press it for the full 30 seconds. You are very welcome, my dear. You know, for you, anytime, you have been a long time supporter and have been in my paid subscriptions for a long time. So anytime I can help you, my dear, you know, I am here for you. All right. I can't remember what I was going to do. It's going to come to me afterwards, and I'll probably send you that other file too, because I can't remember what I was about to do with this file the other way. So I said 3 ways you can do it, and I don't remember what the other way was now. And this also makes it a lot easier too, because like you say, you're going to put it, like if you wanted to put it on a pink shirt, a blue shirt, and you want it to flip the colors, now that it's kind of like set up, you could easily flip the colors. Well, yours is ready to flip anyway, because you did everything in Silhouette Studio. So here, and go like that. Ooh, wait, why is there an extra outline here? Oh, that's why this is in the wrong spot. Huh, interesting. Oh, good thing I caught that. Send to the back. All right. Okay, something is kind of weird here. Is it not grouped together? Okay, no, that is the bleed. It just looks weird. Oh, no, okay, no. I need to change my bleed. Duh. Because the pink is now to the outside. Duh, Shakia. All right, so let's undo that. I'm gonna have to do it one by one. But this part here would become that would become the pink. The pink would become the blue. Why is my property dropper not working? That's so weird. Okay, that was so weird. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Why are you not? Oh, that's grouped together. I have to ungroup this and make that pink. Make that blue and the inside pink. There we go. Ungroup. Make the outside blue. Why are you not changing? There we go. and the inside pink. And the outside of this, I'm just going to make it orange just so that I can ungroup it and change the color that need to be changed. So this becomes pink. Oh, what are you doing, Silhouette Studio? There we go. This becomes blue. This becomes pink. Oh, it's all grouped together. Ungroup. And this will all become pink. So you're able to flip it. Whenever something's a vector, it makes it a lot easier to flip it if need be. And then, of course, for the white of this, we're just going to do an offset. And I think we did, what, 0.1? 0.1. Which I should have made a duplicate, but that's okay. Apply. Fill that in with white. I was supposed to duplicate that, not just move it. And delete my white. There you go. So there are both versions depending on what color garment you are putting it on. After you make it a patch, what temp to press? Glitter HTV presses at what, 325 degrees for like, what is it, 7-8 seconds. So at that point, it's whatever the temperature is or whatever the application settings are for that particular vinyl. So most glitters is like 325, I want to say like 7-8 seconds. Easy Subli is 315 for, I forget how many seconds it is because I never use it as like the regular way. Normally I would just kind of repress it again. My heat press normally never leaves off of 365. So I probably would just press it like at 365 for 7 or 8 seconds because my heat press usually never really leaves off of there unless I'm doing a bunch of heat transfer vinyl things or things that like it definitely needs to come down. But you will follow the application settings of the material that you're using. Oh, thank you so much. I mean, hey, it's a thank you. I'm always appreciative, even if it was $2. You know, that just lets me know that it's helpful. I am appreciated. So I thank you so very much. There's nothing too big, too small, just to say, thank you. So just watching, just sharing, just liking it is, all I ever ask. So if I ever see the super chats, I am always honored and grateful for whatever that amount is. So thank you so very much. All right. Any other questions for moi before I get off of here? Why can't I remember the last way that I was going to do this? I can't remember. I was going to do something else, and I can't remember what I was going to do. I mean, I know you can always technically leave it like this with the white. So, like, it would end up looking like this, like no matter what color garment you put it on, it would. So the white would still be there. So that would look like that no matter what you put it on. unless you put white behind it. I cannot remember what I was going to do. It'll come to me and I'll send you the file later because I can't remember what I was going to do. Alrighty, no other questions. Thank you guys so very much for joining me this evening. Thank you, Ayana, because I was having a creative block and I was kind of like in a real funk. I'm like, I need to design something. I'm supposed to be designing some other stuff, but I was just in a really bad creative block. But I wanted to teach. I wanted to show something. So I thank you for rescuing me, Ayana, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm like, yes, when you said I can go live, I was like, yes, because I didn't go live today and I wanted to teach something. So yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. And Designs by Shawnee D on TikTok is where that video is. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to I don't have a light pad, but what I might end up doing is using my iPad, well, my husband's iPad, and just turn the light on and see if that works because I don't have like a light box or a light pad. So I'm going to try and use my husband's iPad and just put on something that's just like go somewhere on YouTube that just has like white lights or a bright color and do it that way. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Oh, I said it before, but let me go there just in case you don't know what the website looks like. Go ahead and visit our website, shop.silaholics.com, for that Change the Game sublimation paper that I have talked about. It comes in all sizes from 8.5 by 11 to 13 by 19. We have a bundle that has all the sizes, a 3-pack, a 4-pack, and you can buy the full cases as well if you are booked and busy, and your orders are overflowing and you need a whole case because you have that many orders. We looked out for you. We have the case as well. So if you need a case, go ahead and hook yourself up with a whole case of that Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. Like I said, ink is on back order right now, but we are hoping that it will be here soon, y'all. Oh, Lord, them ships over there in California are making it very hard for us to get our delivery. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be ink credible. Peace.